Welcome to Odds and Ends, ladies and gentlemen. And what is it with Ann Arbor and the police wanting a $500,000 water fountain out in front? Come on now. and meanwhile, the poor people, all those poor people, they treat them really well in Ann Arbor. Let them sleep under the bridge, in the bushes. They give them 2 months in the middle of winter. 2 months. And then where do they go? Who knows? Cemetery's a good place, right? That's a good place for them to be. There are a lot of people saying, they're running, screaming, what are we going to do? Our houses, our mortgages. Running to the government. What are we going to do? We got our houses and mortgages running to everybody. Where were they when the homeless were on the streets? What I'd like to know. The poor, lame, maimed, and blind. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. A country can go down by the way Israel went down by the way they treated their poor. And the commandment was, open your hand wide to your brother poor and needy in the land. And this is odds and ends. And we're tying up all loose ends. And what is it about the police station? Their $500,000 water fountain. It's a little bit excessive. Why can't they make $1 million one? I mean, if you're going to make $500,000 water fountain, you might as well make $1 million one, and you go for the gusto, And then the poor, they go out to work. They work for $1.50 an hour. The disabled, but they get a $500,000 water fountain. Meanwhile, the city's in debt. What's going on here? What's going on in this world? And then you got people, what is it, 1% of the people have trillions upon trillions of dollars. 1%, maybe 2%. Trillions of dollars, and they don't want to pay 1 nickel in taxes. And meanwhile, so it can't filter down to the states, can't filter down to the cities, so the cities go broke, states go broke, and they're sitting there, cut the taxes, cut the taxes. These jobs, they didn't leave the United States because of taxes, ladies and gentlemen. They left because of 20 cents an hour labor over there in Asia, China. The first, Bush 41, he used American taxpayers' money to advertise that companies move to Mexico for 50 cents an hour labor. And then off they go to China for 20 cents an hour labor. And then you got people like Pat Robertson, perpetual grin on his face, Who do you trust anybody who's got a perpetual grin on his face? Just a perpetual grin, Talking about abortion. But he goes over there to Asia. He's been over in Asia promoting forced abortions, because he's got business interests over there. And congressmen and senators have been doing the same thing, Republicans too, neocons. They come here and they, abortion, man. They play you guys like a fiddle. They really do, man. They know how to use Reagan against you too, They'll tell you how great great Reagan was, How great Reagan was. I don't think it was all that great, personally. I mean, I remember him, I remember Reagan going through a New York Times newspaper, going through 7 pages of New York Times newspaper saying, see, there's a lot of jobs here. But he didn't want to say that there's supposed to be 21 pages there. And I remember at the same time that I looked at a newspaper for a job, and there was nothing in there, not one job, Oh, we got to create jobs. You guys, they don't want to create jobs. They want to break you. They want to break you, and then if you don't like it when you erupt, then they want to stick you in internment camps. That's what they think about you. You think they love you? And they, and then they want to say Jesus. That's the biggest. That's hilarious, man. You got these neocons. Reagan really was the one that pulled these religious, like the Beltway and whatnot, over to became Republicans because of Reagan. He overcame them, see. And they want and now they You know, Bush, before he was elected in 2000, they got a recording of him, and gentleman wrote a book about it. He's got a recording of Bush saying he's going to jerk around the Christians and do something to the gays, you know. And they eat it up, you know. These neocons, man, and these evangelicals and religious people just eat that stuff up, man, you know. And Frisk gets into the churches, you know, talking about in a widescreen, you know, conference, so to speak, in the churches, talking about the up or down vote, you know. These guys are playing you like a fiddle, you know. They're playing you for suckers, you know. Talking about, oh, taxes, taxes. Nobody wants to pay taxes. Let me tell you about that Bible. Jesus Christ talked about that the harlots and publicans, which are prostitutes and tax collectors, make it in before a lot of other people do that he was talking about. Okay, so I don't know where these people, what Bible they read, you know. Which Bible do they read? They probably read it upside down, I think. I think that's what they do, you know. Personal. This is called odds and ends. Yeah, we're doing the odds and we're doing the ends. We're nipping and tucking and nipping. And one thing about it, though, you know, about Jesus Christ, you know, military knows this is Jesus Christ. Military knows there's a God too. They don't get involved in it though. They just know it. They're deeply involved. Chinese are involved. Russians know all about it. You know, and then you know, it just blows my mind. It blows my mind how people just eat that up, you know. And the CIA, you know, CIA can stick 10 stories out there. They can take control of the news in any time they want. They put 10 stories out there, and they'll think there's a consensus on it. None of it has to be true, you know. You know, and meanwhile they're ready to just start rounding people up, you know, putting them in internment camps. They got them built. They got razor wires on them, you know, armed. They got them guards guarding them, you know, but nobody's in there yet. And a few of them have some people in it, and they use federal inmates to work the bugs out, you know. You know, and there's no good intent there. There's not one bit of good intent. But I'll tell you the good intent. The good intent is Jesus Christ and the Father. That's the good intent. The only good guy there ever was the Father. That's it. You know, Jesus Christ didn't even want to be called good, even though he's a good shepherd. He didn't want to be called good. So the Father, you know, why call something good? There's only one good God. He's talking about the Father. All the complaining they do about him, you know, and all the people who say, oh, we don't believe in Jesus. There ain't no Jesus. Well, for people who don't believe in Jesus, you know, they sure think about him an awful lot, you know. This is called odds and ends. We're just nipping the butts and tying all loose ends, and you know. But I'll tell you, man, you guys are being played like a fiddle. Ain't no doubt about it, you know. You know. But I'm staying here with you, you know. We're gonna get through this together. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know what I can do for you. You're gonna have to save yourself, and I'm gonna save myself. You know, I suggest you do it through prayer, supplication, beg from God. Really, you know. Some people don't believe in angels. You know, I believe in angels. I used to hang around a couple angels. And some people think, oh, they're just beings that make lights flicker. Jacob came upon a band of angels. Some people don't believe in angels. You know, I believe in angels. You know. But I'll tell you, you know, what happens really in the end is very simple. The kingdoms of the world become the kingdoms of our Lord and of His Christ. It becomes the Father and Jesus Christ. It just lands right in their lap. The whole thing lands in the Father's lap and Jesus Christ. Really. Chinese know about this too. See? Why isn't it on the news? Well, because they control the news. What the heck you think is why it's not on the news? They know all about it, man. You know, the occult knows. You know. They've been trying like hell to stop it. They ain't gonna stop it. What are they gonna stop? They're gonna stop a darn thing. They can't even wipe their ass, really, when you think about it. Oh, they can do that. Okay, they learn how to do that when they're kids, I suppose. You know, at the same time, it's interesting and it's sad, really, in a way, when you think about it. When you think about all the distortion and really confusion that they throw out there, and that's not coming from Jesus Christ or the Father. Confusion is not of the Lord. Okay, but what is about this $500,000 fountain in Ann Arbor, the police department? You know, come on now, $500,000. That's like I say. Why don't they just make it $1 million? You know, round it off to $1 million. You know, and then they're complaining about taxes. You know, always complaining about taxes. You know, if they didn't play this tax game, you know, they talk about taxes. You know, and it really, the very wealthy, can you believe it? Trillions, like 70 trillions. Who knows how many trillions of dollars they have, and they don't want to pay one nickel in taxes. And they got this machine out there that tells you how evil taxes are, you know. And, oh, it'll cost jobs. It'll do this. It'll do that. No, what it'll do is allow you to buy $500,000 fountains, you know. You guys are being played like a fiddle, you know. They're using every one of you, you know. But Jesus Christ and Father, they're the ones going to win, you know. Father takes His great power and reigns, really, through Jesus Christ. So nothing can be done about it. You can't do anything about it. Your neighbor can't do anything about it. They can't do anything about it. Military ain't going to do anything about it. They don't even want to try. Well, they try, but they can't do anything about it. What are they going to do? It's a book. How do you stop a book? You know, when you think about it. You know, living in a dream world, man. This is a dream world. You know. And they say, oh God, why would God allow, you know, the tsunami, you know, in Japan? It was a horrible thing. You know, but at the same time, who was thinking about God anyways when it happened? Not too many people, I don't think. Few people were, you know, but what's God going to do? Well, He's going to cut the time shorter. You'd all suicide. You'd all kill each other. Jesus Christ is clear on that. He said, except the time be cut short, no flesh should be saved. For the chosen one's sake, the Lord will cut the time short. The time is cut short, so flesh should be saved. For the chosen one's sake, the Father does it Himself. And Satan, the crowning on all this is Satan getting bound for 1,000 years. That's a crowning cap on the whole process. You know, Satan being bound. He's losing and he's running. That's the update. That's the update on all this. Is Jesus Christ, Satan is losing and he's running. You know. And fallen angels, they know about Jesus. They tremble. They tremble at the name of Jesus Christ, you know, and God. Makes them tremble like this. Oh my God. Because they know what it means, you know. People like you have your free will, you know. Believe what you want, but pay for your beliefs.